Welcome back to the Fenway Focus. This is episode 27 of the Fenway Focus. My name is Derek, and as always, I'm here with Jason. And this is a special episode as it is once again a time for progress reports. It is your monthly progress reports for the month of June. So, the
Yay.
easiest way to explain this is we'll go through the position players and pitchers on the Red Sox that played in the month of June. We do have a limit on minimum requirements. We'll get to that in a second. But basically, we give them a grade from A to F based on their performance in June. It can be, our grading scale is no specific grading scale. It can be based off what their expectations were versus how they're doing. It could just be in general. There's no true, it's opinion, right? There's no true grading scale that has to be followed or anything. It's just what we think. So, with that, we'll not waste too much time. We'll get into the hitters. We do have a limit for hitters in terms of at-bats. We decided to keep it to players who had 30 at-bats or more. So, Tyler Heineman, Vaughn Grissom, Garrett Cooper, Jimmy Westbrook, Romy Gonzalez, and Willie Abreu do not qualify for the month of June. So, they don't qualify, but everyone else does. And we will be going from the least amount of at-bats up to the most in the month of June. And that means we start with Bobby Dahlbeck, who had 30 at-bats in the month of June. He hit one home run. He went 4 for 30, hit 133, 15 strikeouts. He did steal a base, only 4 walks as well.
He did hit a home run, too. Just want to say that.
I literally said that, but okay.
Oh, okay.
So, Jason, what grade do you have for Bobby Dahlbeck in the month of June?
I have an F. Just not a contributor at all. Like, okay, the defense is there, but at the same time, I want you to hit. I want you to get on base. I want you to do everything but strike out. And what is he doing? He's striking out. He's just outmatched everywhere and just not been great. F.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's an F for Dahlbeck. Yeah.
I mean, there's not much you can say. It's the same old stuff we've seen with Dahlbeck. We said it last month, and we're going to say it again this month. Just depth at this point. He's getting to the point where this big decision needs to be made on him, whether it's DFAing him for another guy or transitioning him to being a pitcher, because he is late in his career. He is 29, going to be 30 next year. So the decision doesn't need to be made now, but something has to be. A plan needs to be in place for him soon.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's nothing against Bobby Dahlbeck. We like Bobby Dahlbeck the person, but it's unfortunate, because he by all accounts he's a good guy. So we wish he would be. We wish he'd be successful, but it's unfortunate he can't be. But he does get an F. Moving on, Reese McGuire next up. In the month of June, Reese went 3 for 31, hit 097. He did have a double, but that's about it. He only struck out 7 times, and he did walk 4 times. But
can I tell you what I have?
He hit 097, 334 OPS. Jason, what do you have for Reese? I think.
Can we say it on 3?
Yeah, 3.
1, 2. 3. D.
F.
Your face.
It's bad because I know why you did that too.
I have a D.
Yeah, I can figure out why. Yeah, no, he gets an F. Come on. You can't hit 094.
To be fair, his defense has been bad. But to be fair, it's funnier if you give him a D.
No chance.
Do you want my non-funny answer?
No, F for F'd up. F for he F'd up.
F for fucking what are you thinking?
It's supposed to be a PG show, not anymore.
Whoops.
Whoops.
The power of editing is a great tool. A wise man once said.
Nah, no chance. Non-PG show anymore. Well, next up is Masataka Yoshida, 50 plate appearance. 50 at bat, sorry. 10 for 50, 3 doubles, no home runs, 533 OPS out of the DH spot for Yoshida. Jason, what do you have? I'll go first.
Yeah.
I have a D just because coming back from an injury, a lengthy injury, I give him a little bit of leeway. Also, shout out Alan Castro just homered. Shout out Alan Castro, the Alan Castro fan club. If you know, you know. But I give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt just because he's coming back from an injury and an injury that kept him sidelined for a while. So it's a D, but we've seen some signs in the we saw some signs late in June. That's also why I've given him a D as well.
I give him a D. I'm gonna like you said, he's coming back from an injury. He got very unlucky. He got hit in the wrist again, but he was fine in the same spot almost. But 200, 10 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 runs in 14 games. From a DH standpoint, that sucks. And he doesn't play the field.
Not his fault though.
It's not his fault though.
You're right. Very well could play the field. I think
he said he wants to play the field.
Yeah, I think me and you are both in agreement that he probably. There's no reason he's not playing the field, with the exception of the Red Sox have too many outfielders.
The Red Sox have too many outfielders, and they want to solidify the DH spot for one person, or they want to just get Yoshida off his feet because that was apparently a big issue last year. So them doing it, it's like, well, Yoshida, how are you going to blame him? Because that's the Red Sox decision. But with that in mind, if you did put him in an outfield spot, how much of his play would his play be better on the hitting side? You never know with those things, but you can only grade him for what he's done.
Yeah.
I like to see better, but this is another instance where I'll give him a D, but if he does the same thing next month, F. He's come back from injury. I understand you got to get in the groove again. 200 in the Mendoza line. It's not really like I said, DH spot doesn't. You don't want to be there, but sucks. But whatever. It's life.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, Rob Refsnyder, 56 at bats. He had 17 hits, 4 doubles, 1 homer. He did strike out 20 times. He also walked 8 times. 304 average, 832 OPS. Jason.
He's hitting righties now, which I like, but it's hard. Is he playing every day? Not necessarily, but he's playing most days. So for what he's done, played solid defense too. I'll give him an A. Why not? 17 hits is a lot in 17 games, so he was average to hit a game. I don't care about home runs. 6 RBIs, okay, but he's getting on base. I think I gotta see the walk numbers. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 walks. 8 walks, not terrible. How many times did he strike out though? 20 times, so about roughly a little bit over once a game. Not bad. I'll give him an A. Why not?
I know he filled in at times due to injuries to O'Neill and Wilyer Abreu, but I'm going to give him a B just in the sense of, yes, the hitting righties has been nice, but I feel like the numbers against lefties have gone down a little bit, and it wasn't the greatest month of June. I mean, don't get me wrong, 304 is great and all, but the 20 strikeouts and 56 at bats also isn't great. And Rob Refsnyder's, we don't think of him as a strikeout guy. So he gets like the very slightest of Bs. It's just like a B++ basically, but I'm going kind of even grading scale, so A, B, C. So
yep, it's A, B, C.
He gets a B, but like I said, the slightest of B. This very easily could be an A. But it's kind of that very like tiny bit over the kind of the hill to make it a B, in my opinion. Next up will be Connor Wong, 62 at bats in the month of June, 20 hits, 1 double, 1 triple, and 2 home runs, 14 strikeouts, He did also walk 7 times, also stole 2 bases, 323 average, 417 on base, 885 OPS. I'm just gonna continue with this Connor Wong. It's an A. Like it's an A. Run the catcher spot too, like the position where it's not normally offensively, hasn't been offensively strong for the Red Sox really, with the exception of 2019 juiced ball Christian Vasquez. Um, it gets an A. Connor Wong gets a pretty easy A for me because his defense is also still really good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you. A. The one thing I hated about him is he'd strike out way too much. He's not striking out all that much. Like in this month, he didn't have a game where he struck out more than 2 times. And that happened. He struck out twice, only 2 times in this month. Walks are okay. Let's see. No, that's not right. Okay, 7 walks. That could be a little higher, but he's hitting the ball really well. He's seeing the ball very well. Definitely in a catcher who has solid defense. You love to see it. You love to see kind of this all around catcher. And for Connor Wong, I mean, he's continuing. It's legit. I think it's legit.
Yeah.
And it's good. And it's good that it's a good problem to have. I know Teal, it's like, oh, he's going to be replaced when Teal comes up. Positional versatility, you never know.
Well, also doesn't hurt to have 2 good catchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you
I was going to say
through the DH spot, that
I don't know why I brought up the Teal thing, but anyway, if this is legit, if we're going to see stuff like this in the near future for Connor Wong, I'll take it. Like any day of the week. I wanted to see Wong. I'm like, okay, coming into this year, I want to see Wong take a little step forward, maybe strike out a little bit, get that batting average to 250, exceeded expectations easily. So that's my take. I give him an A. Just does the same thing next month, A. He performs a little bit worse, A. Okay? My expectation, he exceeded my expectations coming into this year, and if he continues to do that for the rest of the season, he's going to earn my A. He's going to earn A every time. You know?
Yeah. I think we're going easy. This is an A. Next up, this one's probably an easy one. Emmanuel Valdez, 62 at bats, 18 hits, 7 doubles, 4 home runs, 14 RBIs, just 10 strikeouts to 9 walks in the month of June. 290, 380, 597 for 977 OPS. I think this one's obvious. This one has to be an A, right?
I think so. Something happened when he got called up. Or no, that was not well said. When he gets sent down and then called back up, he's always good when he gets called, like right when he gets called up. Right? They probably give him stuff to work on going down. Then when you call him back up, he's a different hitter. Different approach, different hitter. I won't say different approach, but you can see he's trying something new. He's clearly worked on something. Damn it. He's worked on something, and you saw it in June. He got sent down for a little bit, and then I think, early June he got called up? I am losing time.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. He got called up, and he's playing solid defense. Okay. But Valdez doesn't profile as some, defensive wizard, right? You know it better than I. He doesn't profile as this, He doesn't profile
as a defensive player in general.
Yes. Your bat. It's the bat, and the fact that he's playing solid defense, you'll take. I know he's looked at sometimes, but that's what you're gonna get out of Valdez. So I'll give him an A. I liked what I've seen from him, and he keeps it up. Good.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah, I'm in full agreement with you. It's absolutely an A. Next up, Tyler O'Neill, 18 for 62 with 4 doubles, 5 homers. He did strike out 21 times, but overall 290 average, 954 OPS. This one's interesting. I don't know where I'm very much on the edge because it was a good month from Tyler O'Neill. Don't get me wrong. But the 21 strikeouts and being there was concerning to say the least. Um, but at the same time, I think I'm still gonna give him an A just because he could spark an offense at any time. So I'll give him an A, but it's like the slightest of A's.
I'm
It's
surprised you
an
gave
A
him an
because
A.
he also didn't like he had a small injury, but like he wasn't like out for a long time, knowing his history as well. So maybe a little bit of that too. This is like the slightest of A's. Like if I did this tomorrow, I very well could be saying a B.
I give Ref Snyder an A. O'Neill an A, I guess. But at the same time, you do say he struck out 21 times. We knew we were going to get high strikeouts from O'Neill. That like we knew that was our expectation. For an A, what qualifies to be an A? You have to go above and beyond. Not necessarily. I'm not in that philosophy. I think A is just really good. He's very hot and cold, right? I'm gonna bring up his game log. Let's see how many he had a golden sombrero once. He's had a lot of multi strikeout games, but we know he was gonna do that. We know power wise, yeah, okay. A lot of multi hit games, 18 hits to be exact, 62 at bats.
I mean, you
Okay.
put everything together in the month of June. What is it? He hit 290 with a 357 on base and a 597 slug for a 954 OPS.
The thing is, if I gave Ref Snyder an A, I have to give O'Neill an A. But if I gave Ref Snyder a B, I would have given O'Neill a B. They had very similar months. Two different players, but like, I just feel like I have to give him an A. It's very generous. Don't get me wrong. But
yeah, so we both have A's for Tyler O'Neill. Next up, with 65 at bats, he had 15 hits, 3 doubles, 2 homers, just 13 strikeouts and 9 walks. He had a 711 OPS, 231 batting average, but a 342 on base, and provided some solid defense at first base. It is Dom Smith to me. This is a slam dunk A, just because
really,
we just needed an able body to be half decent and not be terrible defensively, and he's been more than that, honestly. I'm not at the point where I'm thinking about keeping Dom Smith after Casas. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I wouldn't be against it at this point. Not necessarily. I mean, I don't think they will, but I don't necessarily think they should. But like, I wouldn't argue it if they did. So he gets an A for me.
I don't really know.
This is the like weight of how much his expectations and like how do
I know the
fit
expectations are very low from him.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's supposed to be the gap, the bridge between Casas' injury and now Casas is coming back. But because I disagree. I think when Casas is ready, bye Dom Smith. Like, why wouldn't they?
I mean, if he's playing well and they don't want to have to call Dahlbeck back up if they need a first baseman.
Yeah, but at the same time,
I'm not saying they're going to keep him. I'm just saying I'm at the point where if they did, I wouldn't necessarily argue it. I'd be like, I don't know. I'd be like, I don't know if I would have done that, but I'm like, I can live with it.
Yeah, but for the month, I'd give him a B. I think that's fair. I've been generous. I can't be too generous.
Yeah. All right. Next up, David Hamilton, 75 at bats, 19 hits, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 19 strikeouts, only 3 walks. He did steal 12 bases, 253 average, 282 on base, 440 slug, 722 OPS. Do you want to take this one, Jason?
You got it.
All right. I'm stuck in the middle here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do a B. I'll do a B for David Hamilton. This is a slight bit very well could be very well could be a C because he didn't have the greatest of months. But the fact that he was, he provided help for the Red Sox defensively at shortstop, continues to do that. I think that gets him over the hump into the B category for me, but it's closer to a C than I think most people realize, based on because people still
Yeah.
remember the like end of May that he had.
It's he's been struggling as of like recently, late June. Like he's regressed a lot. Like ever since the Red series, he hasn't really Reds. He hasn't really seen the ball well. Even dating back to the Yankee series. I think one of his peak was definitely Philadelphia. He had like multi-hit games in every one. But I give him a B just because of the expectation, and I think it's more of like I would have given him an A, but this is like so like fans know like okay, wait a minute, he is regressing a little bit now. You know, let's hold it. Like if there are no fans, like if it was just you and I, then like yeah, A. But like I'm most sure giving it a B to be like okay, he is slowing down. He will probably slow down even more, unfortunately. But yeah, you never know. So we'll see.
Next up, with 89 at bats in the month of June, 28 hits, 4 doubles, 1 homer. He did steal 3 bases, only walked 3 times. He also struck out 25 times, but he hit 315, 344 on base. Had a 737 slug. 737 OPS. This is Cedar Rafaela. Where are we putting him?
A A A A A A A. Just defensive wizard, heating up at the bat. You'll take it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Bill.
I think that's an easy A. I mean, you hope he hits, and he is hitting. He's been incredible defensively.
He's hitting 315. Okay, let's start this. For a guy who was around 200 probably when we entered the month of June, for him to hit 300, over 300 for a month, like, that's a turnaround. Even though not a ton of power there, and he only drew 3 walks, and he struck out 25 times. You don't care with Cedar Rafaela. If he gives you value with the bat, even if it's just decent value, hits for average but no real power there, you take it, right? And you add on the defense, the versatility to play center field and shortstop, the 2 hardest positions to play in the big leagues, maybe other than catcher, but most catchers only play catcher, right? So that's a totally different argument. So because of that, I think it has to be an A. And I'm with you. I'm going to be an A. Next up, Rafael Devers, 90 at bats, 27 hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 8 home runs, 300 average, 359 on base, 656 slugging, 1015 OPS. I think this one's an A as well.
Yeah. I can't do it.
Almost, not really.
Yeah, give it an A. I mean, the fact that nobody's talking about him is a good thing because we know he's going to do his thing. Which is because usually the conversation is like, "Oh, Rafi's struggling," or "Oh, Rafi, the defense sucks." The defense isn't terrible.
No, it's been
not
good.
Great.
No, it's been good.
Yeah,
it's been good for the most part. Yeah,
for the most part.
But yeah, he has a.
But like we know he was going to do that.
Yeah.
A.
Yeah, that's the easy thing. And last but not least, this is 107 at bats, 39 hits, 7 doubles, 2 triples, 6 home runs, 23 strikeouts, but only with 11 walks. Also stole 9 bases. 364, 420, 636 slash line for a 1056 OPS. And
who's this?
Defense in the outfield. Sorry. It is Jarren Duran. I think this is an easy A.
Duran. A.
Easy A. So that'll wrap up the position player side of things. Now it's time to move on to the pitchers. We are going to go and obviously work our way up in terms of innings pitched in the month of May. I mean, not month of May, month of June. Jeez Louise, the year's flying by. And we are going to include, people who haven't really pitched much. But we'll start with Chris Martin, 4 appearances, 4 innings, didn't give up any runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. I mean, he only pitched in 4 games, but in the 4 games he pitched, it was the Chris Martin that we know.
Yeah.
So I'll give him a B just because of that. But what he was injured, but he was injured for a little bit, and then he had the anxiety thing. Nothing you can do about that, really.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
it's
B.
a
I mean,
B.
there's not really much to talk about, but they were very Chris Martin-like outings. Didn't give up any runs. He gave up 3 hits, but like we knew he usually gives up like 1 hit-ish a game. But we'll see. We'll see what he does next month. I think
Yeah.
it's like one to watch. He's coming off an injury, so or
Yep.
not injury, anxiety, but something to watch. We'll
Coming
see.
off the injured list. Next up, Brandon Bernardino, 9 appearances, 7 innings. Did give up 12 hits in those 7 innings, but only 2 runs, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Although I don't think the 2 runs tells the full story because he did have a lot of inherited runners, at least from my memory.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
So I don't like the 12 hits in 7 innings. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like that. But
I want to see his inherited runners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He had 2 quote unquote blow up starts. He did give up 4 hits in his appearance against Chicago.
He's already had
And then
15.
he did have a bad outing against Cincinnati. Yeah.
Two
But
of
not a
his
great
15
outing.
inherited runners have scored this season. That's this season as a whole. So he's done well. I'll give him a B. I don't like how he's gotten the results necessarily, but he's gotten them. So I still gotta give him a B.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Cam Boozer, 3.24 ERA in 8 1/3 innings. 8 strikeouts, just 2 walks. This one's a B. I mean, Cam Boozer had no expectations realistically, and he comes
Yeah.
in, puts in a serviceable stint as the second lefty in the bullpen. To me, that's a B.
Yeah, I mean, take out his appearance against Detroit. I think he's a guy who, again, he had a lot of inherited runners.
Yeah.
Now that I think of it, he did, because the ERA doesn't tell the full story. So, yeah, he was also optioned, which I'm like, he's a strike thrower, which I really like. But I was gonna give him a C, but now that I look at the stats, probably a B.
All right. Next up, 10 2/3 innings in 10 appearances with 10 strikeouts, 1 walk, only 6 hits, only gave up 1 run. That is Kenley Jansen, who also was 7 for 7 on save opportunities. This is a slam dunk of the A's gets, in my opinion.
Next player.
Yep. Next up, Josh Winkowski, 2 appearances, 1 start, 11 innings in the big leagues, 9 strikeouts, just 1 walk, only gave up 2 runs, 1.64 ERA in those 2 appearances. To me, it's a B.
God.
The only reason I give a B is he only made 2 appearances, and one of them was in a mop-up role, so very limited. So I give him a B just for that, because even though it was 11 innings, it was 1 mop-up, and then he needed to make a spot start. So he gets a B, but he was very good when he did appear.
Yeah, one of them was in the mop-up role. He got called up late in the month. Solid. I don't know, B. I don't have that much to say. Off topic.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Did you just see that?
Yep. I
No,
did.
the goalie.
Yeah.
In crazy. USA versus Uruguay is happening right now. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's a very scary collision. But
Next up, Greg Weissert, 5.73 ERA in 10 appearances, 11 innings, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks, gave up 7 runs. This one, I kind of want to lean F almost, and it's not that I feel like it's really an F, but I feel like when Weissert gave up runs, it was at the worst times.
that's a good way of putting it.
Now, I will say, you can make the argument Cora left him in too long a couple of those times. And that is a very That's a very reasonable argument. So maybe it is a D, but you can't have a 5.73 ERA. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's another.
No, I just talked. I'm debating between the D, but I'm gonna stick with an F.
I'm gonna go D. Solid. Another case where it's like I'll show you no hits, 1 hit, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit, 2 hits, 1 hit, 4 hits, 0 hits. Like, okay, but at the same time, it's like his his appearance against the Padres kind of inflated his ERA, but at the same time, it's like you have to consider that too. But
yeah, yep. And next up after Weissert will be Justin Slayton, 11 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks, but he had a 4.09 ERA. To me, this is he still had a 1.09 WHIP though. So for me, this is a D for Slayton. It wasn't, and this is part of the reason I'm giving
a B or a D?
A D.
A D.
Part of the reason I gave Weissert an F instead of a D was because Slayton I had like a tier ahead of him. So Slayton gets a D, but it could have been a C, but I decided to go with a D.
Yeah, I'm with you. D. Some stuff he needs to work on, but it wasn't a bad month.
No,
it was just a below average.
You just had a couple bad outings, really. That kind of
I'll give it a D.
Whoa!
Shut up.
Pause.
You gave it a D. You like D's.
Shut up. It's literally the letter of my first name.
Yeah, you like D.
I don't know about that one, but next up, Zach Kelly, 10 appearances, 12 and 2/3 innings, 0.71 ERA. This is an A. Next.
Strike thrower gets you out of a lot of jams. 18 strikeouts. 18 strikeouts in 10 appearances. A.
Yeah.
That's an easy A.
Yeah, next. Brad Keller, 4.26 ERA and 12. And this is a C for me.
Yeah.
Mopped up some innings, did what he was supposed
innings
to do.
Eater. Innings eater, sure.
Yeah, see. Cooper Criswell, 4.05 ERA and 13 1/3 innings. To me, this
King
is...
Cooper. Just kidding.
This is a C. This is a C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't bad, but he wasn't good.
Exactly.
C. Average.
Next
now
up,
now he got the 10 starts and he's optioned to AAA. Just imagine he made 9 starts and was optioned.
that'd have been wild. Next up, this is going to be another C for me, Chase Anderson. Also, too, he had like 10 days in a row that he didn't pitch for whatever reason. So, not necessarily his choice, but no, he gets a C. 8 innings when they needed him to. It's a C.
Another mop-up role again. But yeah, you're right. He went a while without pitching.
Yeah. June 14th to June 24th.
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, that's wild.
What letter?
What? I said C.
Okay, I was making sure. Next up, Brian Bayo, 24 innings. But he gave up in those 24 innings 35 hits and 23 runs. 22 of them earned for 8.25 ERA. This is an F. It's an F. It's
not a great month from Bayo. I think it's an F. I agree. Just not the Bayo you want, not the Bayo you're expecting, and not the Bayo he really wants to be. Let's be honest.
On the bright side, though, it's only 5 starts, right? He very well could turn it around. All-Star break's coming soon. You know. They give him extra days off before his next start, which will be Wednesday, I think, against Miami. So, we'll see. We will see. But yeah, it's an F for Bayo. Next up, Cutter Crawford, 4.44 ERA in 24 1/3 innings, 4 starts. This one's a C as well for me. Just meh.
Yeah. How many homers did he give up? Yeah, it looks like a C. Well, I'm just
he gave up 8 home runs. To be fair, he gave up a lot of home runs. But Okay, he also had 6 unearned runs this month.
Yeah, got kind of unlucky. Kind
Yeah.
of. I
What?
say C.
Yeah, I didn't think of
No, I don't think
Actually,
he did not deserve a B in my opinion. C.
you know what? Screw it. I'm giving him a D. Screw it. He's
Oh,
getting a D.
no. Okay.
Screw it.
Mm.
He's getting a D. Nick Pivetta, 5 starts, 26 in the third innings, 5 thirds. He gets a D from me.
Yeah, not Pavetta's best month, but
Uh,
also
and
not
la-
his worst in his Red Sox tenure. But
yeah, well, that's easy to say. I mean, it's had some bad months. And last but not least, Tanner Houck, 29 and 2 thirds innings, 5 starts, but a 4.85 ERA due to his 7 earned
yeah,
in 4 and a third. To me, this month is a B for him. It was one bad start, and all the other starts were solid, quality start. All of his other starts were quality starts, with the exception of the game in Toronto that he started, where he was 1 out away from it being a quality start. So, to me, it's a B, even with the bad appearance
yeah.
against San Diego.
I have a B.
All right.
Just
Well,
because of his bad start, and it just
yeah.
inflated his ERA. It would have been an A, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
woulda.
It would have.
But like, to his credit though, pitchers don't have like they're gonna have good pitchers have their moments. You know, it's not normal. If that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then breaking news: the Red Sox have 3 of the top 25 prospects on MLB Pipeline's updated top 100 list. Marcelo Meyer comes in at 7. Roman Anthony comes in at 14, and Kyle Teal comes in right at the 25 mark.
Did they do a new
So,
top 100?
yes. And Marcelo Meyer is the highest ranked shortstop prospect because Jackson Holliday is technically a second base prospect now.
Ha.
And Junior Caminero is technically a third base prospect as well, so get crap on. And then Roman Anthony, for reference, is the 4th ranked outfield prospect. And then Kyle Teal is the 5th ranked catching prospect behind Ethan Salas, Samuel Basallo, Jefferson Cuero, and Harry Ford.
Surprised Christian Campbell didn't make it.
Well, that's the top 20. I don't know about the rest of the top 100.
No, the Red Sox don't have another prospect on the list.
Well, that's not that surprising. Scouts are split on Campbell for this reasons.
Yeah, they Pipeline tends to favor guys who are older.
Well,
and ready.
Not even that. Campbell, there's still some question marks there.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well,
I thought you would see another. No, my point was, I thought you would see another guy in the Red Sox
if
system.
it would have been another guy, it would have been Perales had he not gotten injured.
Yeah,
That's what it would have been. And after Perales, it would have been Release before Campbell, anyways. And honestly, you could make the argument for Yoel and Cespedes over Campbell too. Just being unbiased, but but no. So that is a end to our progress report version of the pesky. The pesky.
Hey!
See, this is what happens when I record the pesky report before this. My mind is just well now.
You're in timeout.
I was going to say that's it for the progress report version of the Family Focus. We will have my co-host from the pesky report on next week, before the MLB draft.
Woohoo!
So there's that. And that will be most likely be going up on Friday next week, Friday, July 11th or 12th, whichever day. I think the Friday is the 12th. So keep an eye out on that. We'll have a big Thursday show recapping the Marlins series and the Padres series. And yeah.
Yay.
So, yep, a lot of stuff coming here from the Family Focus. So for Jason, my name is Derek. Thanks for tuning in to the Family Focus, and we will see you next time.